We just made $700 and I want to show you exactly how and why I love Tasty Trade over Robinhood. This is exactly a trade for small account. Let's get started. So about 2 weeks ago, I posted on the classroom area of school, link below, EAT futures. You do not have futures on Robinhood as of yet. EAT futures, Iron Condor, about $5,000 in buying power. Collect about $1,100 in income. Okay, we're gonna go over the trade, exactly what happened. Max loss is $4,000 if and only if a certain condition happens, which they haven't. And lo and behold, 2 weeks later, as predicted, it stays around the same. It didn't go 25% up or down, because that's what the math and the probabilities and statistics told us that could probably won't happen. Not 100% sure, but probably won't happen. So let's go over the trade. So we got this. I want to show you. This is what we did. I just posted this about an hour ago. Feel free to join. It's free. Link below. Update $700 winning trade on EAT. Here's a trade we took over 2 weeks ago. It was Iron Condor for small accounts with over 1K potential income. I just closed it for $700 profit. I'm happy. Feel free to join the classroom for more traders. This is what we did. December 4th. We are now December 19th. 15 days later, EAT was around 3,800. And we did the Iron Condor. I'm going to show you the picture in a second. The trade itself was, just FYI, what an Iron Condor is, and a free course is coming up probably by the end of the month. I'm finishing it up. It's about 3-4 hours of tasty trade tutorials, why I like selling naked puts, why I use all the indicators that I use for math, statistics, and probability to tilt the odds in your favor, and the buying power on Tasty compared to Robinhood. All free course coming up this holiday season next week, so join below. So the trade itself, Iron Condor, you sell basically, you don't have to be afraid of an Iron Condor, it's like a fancy word. You sell two spreads. You sell one spread on the downside on the put, and you sell one spread on the upside on the call. So basically you sell the 3,100, that's what we've done. You sell the 3,100 put. Simultaneously, you buy the 3,000 put, and also you sell the 5,000 call, and you buy the 5,100 call. Okay, and your goal, and I'm gonna read in a second, is for it to trade between the middle lines. Those are your Iron Condor wings, between 3,100 and 5,000 at the end. Now remember, it 2 weeks ago was 3,800. 3,800 to go to 31 is about 20%, and to go to 5,000 is about 30%. So it needs to go either 20% down or 30% up in about 3 weeks, because the expiration is for next week. But I like to close things early. I don't wait for the last minute. I don't like that. The Iron Condor itself, we collected on day one, and if you still have the trade, it's up to you. I just like to close. I made over 70%. I'm out. Only $5,400 in buying power. $5,400 in buying power is absolutely massive. You can do Iron Condors on Robinhood, but you cannot do this on /EAT, because this is the EAT futures. For the EAT Iron Condor trade, if you don't, that's why I like to use Tasty Trade. For the EAT Iron Condor trade, if you don't know how to set it up, here's a screenshot. General, your goal, I'll do a video on Iron Condor in the course that is building, as I said, going live, hopefully next week is done. Is the price to trade between the mid-range, 3,100 and 5,000 by expiration. If it happens, you collect the full amount, you will start losing, okay? This is the key here. You are losing if it breaks the levels to the other side. So what does that mean? If it goes below 3,100 or above 5,000, you will start losing, and your max loss is over 5,100 and under 3,000 by expiration. However, it was 38 and It was only a 3 weeks trade. We closed it 2 weeks later with the goal for it to stay between those lines and not go down 20% or up 30%. That was the goal. And I had a very specific day when I initiate the trade. It's not random. I have rules to take a specific trades, especially in futures. It's not just, hey, I feel like selling options today and hope for the best and have a gut feel. No, it's all math, it's all probabilities, it's all numbers. The max loss is almost $4,000 if it breaks to either side, under 3K or above 5,100. That's a risk. For this risk that it will go down 20% in 3 weeks or up 30% in 3 weeks, my max loss is a $4,000, but if it doesn't happen, I make $1,000. Those are pretty good risk to reward ratio to me. There's always a risk. You can't escape the risk. For me, it was worth it to risk $4,000 on the line for the it to go up or down that amount of percentage, which is very, very high in 3 weeks time. I was okay with that and collect over $1,000 up front. And here's the good part where I pay attention to this number, theta decay of almost $40 per day till expiration. I'm betting on a few relaxed days on it from here until expiry. This is very important, $40 a day in theta decay. So it not only needs to go down either 20% or up 30% in 21 days, it also, if it doesn't happen, just stays chill, doesn't move much every day, the option will lose $40, $40, $40. And 2 weeks later, it lost 700, which is more than $40. If you do the math, we done 15 days times 40, it's about $600. I closed it for 700, exactly the same, exactly as the theta decay happened. And this, even with it going up over 4,000 and went down to 3,600 and all that. That is absolutely great and why I love selling at Delta. It's not Delta Neutral, an Iron Condor. I don't do much of Iron Condors or credit spreads. I like to sell naked put options in like 80% of my trades. Sometimes Jade Lizards, sometimes short stringers. And less than 10% I do Iron Condor and credit spreads. But for this case, the ETH and Bitcoin, when I do that, because to do just a regular trade, you need insane amount of buying power. That's why Iron Condor was a good fit for this, and the risk reward was absolutely good. Let's go over the trade itself on Tasty, where it is now. So if you go to Tasty and you see here the monthly at December 27, 8 days left, the trade is already done. It's 3,600 right now. Doesn't matter because you have so much. The time decay, the 31, this is how you just set it up. You sell the 31, just so you know, on the put side, and you buy the 3,000 on the same put side, and you go all the way up and you sell the 5,000. Look how far it is. Look how far it is from where it is. It's more, look, another one, 2 standard deviation after that. Absolutely insane. There was so much income on the call side. I just couldn't let it go. You sell the 5,000, you buy the 5,100, and right now it's worth 325. We collected 1,070, give or take. And there's still meat on the bone. If you want to stay, that's your risk. It's up to you. You can stay till expiration. You can close it now. You can close it tomorrow. You can close it next week. It doesn't matter. This, theoretically, if it stays between 3,100 and 5,000, between those lines, this is like a whole income. But again, it's up to you. And the theta decay, again, this is the key. $47. It loses every day. As long as nothing happened. I closed the trade this morning, made 70%, 70 something percent, $700 in 2 weeks. I'm happy with that. Slow and steady, selling 8 ATR or naked puts far out of the money. We sold yesterday MU 85 when it was 110, and I'm okay with that. We collected the income instead of just buying shares of MU. We got the 85 put, which was exactly 8 times the ATR. I'm okay with that, with 8 times the ATR. And if I do get a sign, not now, a month from now, I'll be happy to own shares of MU at 85 compared to 110. And I'll have a month for this to correct. But now it's at 85, it's down 18%. It's much safer for me to sell naked put options 8 times the ATR on stocks that I like to own long term instead of just buying 100 shares, for example, at $110, like a few hours before expiration. Before earnings, not expiration. If it keeps going down, that's part of the game. You will have losses, but I prefer to get a sign at 85 compared to get a sign at 110 or something like that. Just my FYI, my 2 cents, 2 satoshis, all that. Feel free to join below the school group. It's free, and I'll see you there. Well, we're having fun. Yeah, bye bye.